Hey guys, today we are going to talk about Frankenstein or the Modern Promises, and this is a novel written by Mary Shelley. And side by side, we will be learning how to make our notes on cell phone because nowadays we are spending a lot of time with cell phone, so it's better to use cell phone for our betterment and making notes. You can search PDF files over internet, and then you can make highlight things like this, and then finally you can write down these notes on your diaries or in your notebook, which will help you. So this is a very interesting story by Mary Shelley about a sapient creature, you can say, and she published this anonymously. You can write down that, as I have highlighted here, anonymously in London in 1st January 1818, and she was of 20 that time. Okay, her first name appeared in her on the second edition published in France 1823. So as you can see कि जो पहला जो publication हुआ था 1818 में, it was anonymous, means उसने अपना नाम नहीं लिखा था, और later first जो उनका नाम publish हुआ था वो 1823 में publish हुआ था. So you can write down 1823, and you can write down here 1818, and she was 20 that time. So let's go ahead, and Shelley traveled to Europe through. It is very interesting story behind this this story, means कहानी में कहानी. तो Shelley traveled through Europe in 1814. कहाँ गए थे वो? यूरोप गए थे. He went there in 1818, and there was 17 kilometer away. Okay. He went to a castle. Its name was Frankenstein Castle. उसका नाम क्या था? Frankenstein Castle. So 2 centuries before, an alchemist who engaged in experiments there. वहाँ पे कोई alchemist था जो कि ऐसे engaged था in experiments में. So later, when she traveled to region of Geneva, Switzerland, where much of the story takes place. तो वापस जब वो आए थे तो उनके 2-3 दोस्त जो मिल गए. So her future husband, हम जैसे कि जानते हैं, okay, P.B. Shelley, Percy Shelley, okay, Mary, and Lord Byron. They decided to have a challenge. उन्होंने एक competition करने की कोशिश की, and they write the best. Who can write the best horror story? That was the competition. So this work was the outcome of this competition. All right. So let's go ahead and let's have the story. It is gothic story. Gothic fiction means जिसमें डरावनी चीजें हों, whatever. And next thing is early example of science fiction also, because that person was a scientist, okay, and he tried to create a creature like God, and beautiful creature he wanted to create, but it was just few mistakes, because of some few mistakes, and it turned into Saturn, you can say, okay, a big creature of 8 feet. So there are several names of the monster, creature, monster, demon, wretch, abortion, fiend, and it. These are the names by which he was called. The creature was called. All right. So it could be asked. Okay. Speaking to Victor Frankenstein, the monster says कि एक जो monster उन्होंने create किया था. He says, "I ought to be thy Adam, but I am rather the fallen angel. I ought to be thy Adam, but I am rather the fallen angel." Write down on your diary this one. So let's go ahead. Summary. Now we are going to talk about summary. So here are one part, second part, and third part. Third part, I mean to say, there are narratives. Okay, so it is in 3 narratives. There is Robert Walton, okay, and the writer himself, Frankenstein, and the third one means the person who is talking, the Victor Frankenstein, who is a scientist also, and Robert Walton is Captain Robert Walton is a writer. Okay, Frankenstein, Victor Frankenstein is a scientist, and third person who is narrating the story is the creator himself. 3 narrative हैं. First है Robert Walton का, as you can see here, Captain Robert Walton. Second is the Victor Frankenstein इस story को कहता है, और third one is creator. All right, so let's go ahead and let's see further. हाँ, इसमें सबसे important, one of the most important thing is the letters are dated, given as 17 and dash. Okay, 17 and dash. So means it was somewhere 18th century. Now here, let's start the story. Captain Walton's introductory frame narratives. It is an epistolary form. We know epistle means letter, so epistolary form means the novel written in with the help of letters. So let's go ahead. Here, the correspondence is between Captain Robert and his sister Margaret Walton Saville. You can write down. He was a failed writer, so he thought of going to North Pole. Okay, uh, the person, Captain Robert Walton. Okay, he was a failed writer, so you can just write down Captain Walton. You can write down failed writer. You can write down North Pole, and it will help you uh, memorizing the things on a page. Scientific knowledge he wanted to expand there, and he hopes of achieving some fame. But there he met someone. So he saw a gigantic figure there. He was it was a dog sled driven and frozen an emaciated man named Victor Frankenstein. They met there. Okay. So the writer met Victor Frankenstein there and gigantic figure. Now all the the people who are narrating this story are here, and if we talk about later what happens, let me summarize up to this. Okay, so Walton went to North Pole. Okay, Walton went to North Pole, and there he wanted to expand his scientific knowledge, but there he met Frankenstein, Victor Frankenstein, and he's just dying in a dying condition there, and he was chased by a gigantic figure. A big figure was chasing him. So Victor Frankenstein tells the story of his life to Walton as he see the same passion. He sees the same passion in Walton. Okay, so here you can read this line. Recounts a story of his life's miseries to Walton as a warning. The recounted story serves as a frame for Frankenstein narrative. Let's go ahead. What happens next? अभी तक की जो स्टोरी हुई है उसमें वॉल्टन जो है वो नॉर्थ पोल चले गए हैं और फ्रैंकेस्टाइन विक्टर फ्रैंकेस्टाइन उन्हें मरती हुई दशा में मिले और वहां पर उन्हें एक जाइगेंटिक फिगर, बहुत बड़ा फिगर उनको दिखाई देता है। और जो विक्टर फ्रैंकेस्टाइन है वो वॉल्टन को बताते हैं कि मेरी लाइफ में ऐसा ऐसा हुआ, और अब जो हुआ वो अब हम विक्टर फ्रैंकेस्टाइन नैरेटिव में देखते हैं। सो विक्टर फ्रैंकेस्टाइन बिगिंस बाय टेलिंग हिज चाइल्डहुड। ही वाज born in Naples and genuine family, and all three, being son of the Alphonse Frankenstein by the former Calvin Beaufort, are encouraged to seek a greater understanding of the world through chemistry. Here, the important thing is chemistry. They studied chemistry, okay, and he was trying to simulating natural wonders, and later, what he did. Okay, there was another incident. Okay, just remember the thing that he studied chemistry. Okay, and later what happens when his mother was no more of scarlet fever, he buries himself in his experiment to deal with his grief, and he wanted to develop something secret, and with those secret techniques uh, to impart life to non-living matter, and eventually लास्ट में क्या होता है, ही क्रिएशन ऑफ ह्यूमनाइड, यहाँ इसकी वजह से वो ह्यूमनाइड बना देते हैं। व्हेन हिज मदर डाइज ही वाज सैड एंड he buried himself into the experiments in chemistry, और उसकी उसकी वजह से वो एक ह्यूमनाइड बना लेता है। बट देयर वॉज सम डिफिकल्टीज इन रेप्लिकेटिंग द मिनट पार्ट्स ऑफ द ह्यूमन बॉडी, और विक्टर बना देता है अ क्रिएचर टॉल अबाउट 8 फीट, और वो जो क्रिएचर बन जाता है वो कितने का, 8 फीट लंबा बन जाता है। एंड इट वॉज नॉट ब्यूटिफुल, ये कोई ब्यूटीफुल क्रिएचर नहीं बनता, इट वॉज इंस्टेड अ hideous क्रिएशन, बहुत ही डरावना बन जाता है। एंड व्हेन इट अवेकन्स when it awakens while wandering the street, he meets his childhood friend Henry Claver and takes Henry back to his apartment. Fearful of Henry's reaction if he sees the monster, however, the creature has escaped. अब क्या होता है कि उनको जब वो वहां से उन्होंने बना लिया उसको ह्यूमनॉइड को, अब विक्टर वहां से चला जाता है। ओके, और वापस अपने फ्रेंड के साथ आते हैं, हेनरी क्लैवरल के साथ में आते हैं, बट व्हाट हैपन्स दैट टाइम मॉन्स्टर वेंट अवे, मॉन्स्टर वहां से चला जाता है। विक्टर फॉल्स इल फ्रॉम द एक्सपीरियंस एंड इज नर्स्ड बैक टू हेल्थ बाय हेनरी एंड लेटर व्हाट हैपन्स, देयर वाज मर्डर ऑफ हिज ब्रदर विलियम। This is the event. So three events we have seen until now. तीन चार जो इम्पोर्टेंट अभी तक इवेंट है वो ये है कि जो वॉल्टन है वो चले गए थे नॉर्थ पोल, वहां मिला उन्हें विक्टर फ्रैंकेस्टाइन। ही टेल्स द स्टोरी ऑफ दैट क्रिएचर, और फिर उन्हें कहता है, एक लेसन देते हैं कि ऐसा मेरे साथ हुआ है क्योंकि मैंने भी बहुत ज़्यादा एक्साइटमेंट में ये चीज़ बना ली थी। एंड सेम थिंग वॉज हैपनिंग टू वॉल्टन भी उसी तरह से एक्सप्लोर करने के लिए गए हुए थे। देन ही स्टार्ट्स हिज स्टोरी, वो बताते हैं कि मैंने एक ह्यूमनाइड बनाया था, और ह्यूमनाइड क्यों कैसे बना था, ही यूज्ड टू स्टडी केमिस्ट्री एंड बिकॉज ऑफ हिज मदर डेथ ही वाज इन ग्रीव, बहुत ज़्यादा दुखी थे, तो केमिस्ट्री में ज़्यादा डीपली उन्होंने एक्सपेरिमेंट करना शुरू किया एंड ही क्रिएटेड ह्यूमनाइड। और ह्यूमनाइड थोड़ा सा हिडियस हो गए, मीन्स ब्यूटीफुल क्रिएशन नहीं हो पाया। And murder of his brother William. And the next one is there was he just came to know that his creation was responsible, but there was another person, Justin Mortis, William's nanny, is convicted of the crime after William's locket. Victim जो विलियम्स है उनके लॉकेट की वजह से जस्टिन मॉर्टिस को इसमें कन्विक्ट बना दिया जाता है। लेटर अब विक्टर वांट्स टू टेल टू पीपल दैट व्हाट रियली हैपेंस, बट ही वाज हेल्पलेस बिकॉज नोबडी वुड बिलीव, कोई भी इस पे बिलीव नहीं करता। एंड then later he was ravaged by grief and guilt. Victor retreats into mountains. The creature finds him and pleads for Victor to hear his tale. अब जो क्रिएचर होता है, अब मर्डर के बाद में जो विक्टर फ्रैंकेस्टाइन है वो फिर से वापस माउंटेन्स में चले जाते हैं एंड द क्रिएचर फाइंड्स हिम एंड प्लीड्स फॉर विक्टर टू हियर हिज टेल, कि विक्टर को कहता है कि जो क्रिएचर है वो बोलता है कि अब मेरी कहानी सुनो। अब कहानी शुरू होती है क्रिएचर की। क्रिएचर उनसे कहता है कि फर्स्ट डेज के बारे में बताता है, हाउ ही स्पेंड हिज डेज। ही टेल्स दैट ही वाज विद अ पुअर फैमिली एंड ही वाज सीक्रेटली लिविंग अमंग द फैमिली फॉर मंथ्स। उन्होंने वहीं लैंग्वेज सीखनी शुरू की। ही स्पोक अ लैंग्वेज, certain language, and he learned how to read, and he learned how to read from a lost satchel of books. Okay, but when he came in front of people, they just got frightened and they fled their home. Okay, and before that he was with blind father for a long time to learn language and other things. Later what happens, he tells that he murdered William and framed Justin. The creature demands, अब जो creature की demand थी वो क्या थी? When he talks to Victor Frankenstein, he demands that Victor create a female companion like himself. But later, okay, he wanted to have happiness, like he has a right to happiness, and he tried. Victor first refuses, but later when creature also threatens to kill Victor's remaining friends and loved ones, यहाँ से एक आप लोगों को मिल सकता है कि why he started making the next creature, means female creature, and this was the reason he started working. Okay, because should Victor refuse his request, the creature also threatens to kill Victor's remaining friends and loved ones and not to stop until he completely ruins. लेकिन जब वो बनाना शुरू करता है एक फीमेल क्रिएशन को, एंड ही क्रिएटेड इट हाफ, Suddenly, a thought came into his mind that it could it could be a situation that the creature will be hideous again, and it could be more dangerous than the previous one. और हो सकता है कि वो ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लमेटिक हो, एंड इट कैन प्लेग मैनकाइंड, और जो मानवता है उसके लिए खतरनाक हो सकता है. सो दीज आर द रीजन he just tear apart he just tears apart the unfinished female creature. When the creature who had indeed followed Victor watching through a window, विक्टर को देखता है जो क्रिएचर है, और फिर उसे कहता है कि आई विल ही हैज ऑलरेडी थ्रेटन हिम फॉर किलिंग हिज he told that I will kill your all other loved ones. Okay, so next one was his target was Claver's murder, right? And creature had strangled Claver to death. And next was after me, okay, let it be. कि जब वो होता है तो लास्ट में जो फाइनली होता है तो विक्टर फ्रैंकेस्टाइन wanted to marry Elizabeth. There was a girl. Okay, Victor wanted to marry her. And what happens? Now he prepares himself to fight the creature. लेकिन जो क्रिएचर होता है he just say that I will also murder Elizabeth. And on the first day of their first night of their marriage, just creature strangles Elizabeth to death. Okay, and he runs away from there to mountains. And in mountains, Victor wanted to catch that creature again. Okay, so आपको फर्स्ट में स्टोरी याद होगी कि जहाँ पे वॉल्टन मिला था, वॉल्टन एक्चुअली वहाँ पर मिला था किसको? विक्टर फ्रैंकेस्टाइन को, और उस जाइगेंटिक जो हमारा क्रिएचर था उसको मिला था. तो यहाँ से स्टोरी फिर से शुरू हुई थी. ठीक है, तो यहीं से ये स्टोरी शुरू हुई है फिर से. तो सीकिंग रिवेंज, विक्टर परस्यूज द क्रिएचर टू नॉर्थ पोल. वॉल्टन कहाँ गया था? नॉर्थ पोल. ठीक है, बट कोलैप्सेस फ्रॉम एग्जॉशन एंड हाइपोथर्मिया बिफोर ही कैन फाइंड हिज क्वेरी. तो यहीं से स्टोरी फिर पूरी शुरू होती है. तो आप देख सकते हैं कि स्टोरी का जो पॉइंट, स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट है वो कहाँ है? कि वॉल्टन है. ठीक है, वॉल्टन जाता है नॉर्थ पोल. अब नॉर्थ पोल में उसे कौन मिलता है? विक्टर फ्रैंकेस्टाइन, जो कि ही जस्ट ऑन हिज डेथ बेड यू कैन से. तो वहां पर उसे जब विक्टर फ्रैंकेस्टाइन मिलता है तो विक्टर फ्रैंकेस्टाइन उसे स्टोरी सुनाता है किसके बारे में? कि अपने पैशन के बारे में, कि मैंने एक हिडियस एंड जाइगेंटिक एक फिगर मैंने बना लिया था, क्रिएचर मैंने बना लिया था, और मैं उसी की तलाश में यहाँ आया था. बट नाउ आई एम अनेबल टू kill that, and he has killed my all loved ones, and finally I wanted to seek revenge on him. तो यहाँ से और फिर से ये स्टोरी इस तरह से फिर से वहां पे पहुंच जाती है. सो यू कैन सी दिस थिंग. ओके, कैप्टन वॉल्टन्स कंक्लूजन. अब जो कैप्टन वॉल्टन है उन्होंने क्या कंक्लूजन निकाला? At the end of Victor's narrative, Captain Walton resumes the telling of their story, closing the frame around Victor's recounting. A few days after the creature vanished, the ship became trapped in Pack Shri and multiple crewmen die in the cold. But the rest of Walton's crew insist on returning south once it is freed. Walton sees Victor's story as a warning and decides to turn the ship around. Victor dies shortly thereafter, but not before telling Walton to avoid ambition. तो उन्होंने कहा कि this was the lesson. Okay, so it can be asked in an exam that what was the lesson of this story? It was avoid ambition. Ambition को is means we should avoid ambitions, too much ambitions. Walton discovers the creature on his ship mourning over Victor's body. So creature was mourning over Victor's body, and finally he tells Walton that Victor's death has not brought him peace. Rather, his crimes have left him completely alone. The creature vows to kill himself. Now you can see finally what he does. He does one thing, that he kill himself so that no other will never know of his existence. Walton watches as creature drifts. So this is the story, and this is the way I summarize things for myself, and this helps a lot when I make my notes. I come across a lot of